I almost got attacked by a mountain lion. Watch this episode to find out how my spirit team rescued me.
This is the Elliptical Oracle. Join Dr. MonaLisa Coburn on an exhilarating journey to spiritual enlightenment. With every episode, dive into the world of chakra clearings, energy healings, and channelings from one consciousness. And now, here's MonaLisa.
Hello, welcome to the Elliptical Oracle. And I will be on your guide for this beautiful channeling session with my glorious 100,000 angel team, Xand, source energy of love and light. And I'm already hooked up, so I'm just going to start right in today. And immediately following, there's generally a healing. The daily healings that I do are to dust off those chakras, to lift up our vibrations so we can become more who we truly are. Love. So, hello, dear ones. We're Xand, and we are pleased to be here and to dance with you in this moment, and in this now, and all nows, and all realities. Yes, and today we'd like to talk about spirit guides. Spirit guides, we hear so many of you asking, I want to talk to my spirit guides. I want them to guide me and to tell me which way to go, and how can I talk to my spirit guides? We say, first, dear ones, on that we would recommend that you learn how to communicate with your higher self, but spirit guides are just as good, and you can do it all, either your higher self or your spirit guides, through your intention. So set your intention before you do a meditation and ask a question and say, this question is for my higher self, or this, and say the question, and then start your timer for your meditation so you don't fall asleep. Or you could ask the question and say, this is for my spirit guides. I have this question for my spiritual team. And that feeling or that thought or that vision that just sticks out, that's different from all the rest, you know that is communication from your higher self or from your spiritual team. And we would further like to say how they communicate with you. They guide you with love. They guide you with light. They do not want to step on your free will ever. And on that, we want to give you a few examples. When the channel was beginning to channel, our spirit guides came in and asked her, will you please teach one consciousness? Will you please teach one consciousness? They asked her. They didn't tell her. They didn't tell her what to do. They didn't command her. They asked her. And she said yes. And she said yes. And then she said, may I receive from Source some tools, if you will, some psychic abilities, mediumship, channeling to help teach the world that they can do it too. And all that there is said, you always had these gifts. They've always been yours to open. Open them. Another example of her spiritual team, we're going to tell a story on her. And she lives in the woods that you may or may not know. And she's out doing her morning walk with her glorious Bernese mountain dogs, one on each side. And as she's doing her walk, she feels a heaviness in her chest. And we kind of laugh and chuckle because this heaviness is normally her father coming in. And the first thought she normally has is, am I having a heart attack? And then she thinks, is this my dad? And her father comes in. And this particular morning, he's on a Clydesdale. She had never seen him on a Clydesdale on a great big horse before, but he's on a Clydesdale. And she says, that's a nice horse, Dad. And she hears the clopping in her third ear, and it seems so real. And she says, Dad, what's the name of your Clydesdale? And he chuckles and he says, Clyde. And he chuckles again and he says, and my partner's got one too, and it's Dell. So Clyde and Dell. So Arlene's got one too, and Arlene's is Dell, and mine is Clyde. And they laugh and they think that's funny. And she continues on her walk in this particular area. She goes down the hill about a half a mile, and it's winding and it's curving, and the air is thick, and there's no birds, there's no squirrels, there's no scuttering in the trees. Everything is dead still, not even a cricket, not even a frog. And this seems very odd to her. And she quickly asked Archangel Michael to come in and give her protection. And she begins to do light language. And then she stops for a moment. She knows she's protected. And it feels even thicker. The air feels thicker. And she thinks there are eyes upon us. And she takes a few more steps knowing that she's protected. She asked Archangel Michael to protect her. And she knows her father is with her on the Clydesdale. You can't see her father. Her father passed in 2017. But she knows he's there. He is with her. And she takes bravely a few more steps. And she feels like she can feel it, like a wall went up. Like, don't go this way. This is not the way for you to go this morning. And she listens to her intuition. She listens to that feminine side of her that says, it's time to turn around. Yes, I have my angels with me, but I also have free will. And she turns around. And her father turns around with her, and he smiles like that was a wise decision. And he stays with her till they get to the top of the hill. And as she starts to ascend a different hill, there's a small, down the ways, about another 3/4 of a mile, she starts to ascend a different hill. And there's a young buck or two at the top. And her father sees them and says, all is well now. You're safe. And he goes back to heaven, and her heart feels totally well, totally at peace. And she can hear the birds. She can hear them chirp. She can hear the squirrels. She looks around and she sees a dragonfly, and she knows whatever danger she was in, it was gone. She didn't know it, but we're telling you, there was a mountain lion who had just given birth to not one but 2 cubs. But she could feel it. And whether you believe the story or not is what's important. This is how guides work. This is how we work. We guide you lovingly through your intuition. We give you angels to be with you. But ultimately, you have free will. And this is how we are, Source. And with that, we would love to go into a meditation healing type thing that we do to further connect you to your intuition, to your guidance. Your guidance. We guide. We don't tell you what to do or what not to do. That would be free will. we guide you. So with that, take a deep breath. Watch your glorious breath connect you through the entire energetic system into Mother Gaia, and feel your glorious roots connecting you deep into the core, wrapping around glorious roots, and the love and the light of all that there is shooting through you, lighting your pillar, lighting up your root chakra, filling you up with safety, security, dissipating any fear, anxiety that you may have, bringing you back to the moment. Breathe in and breathe out. Come back into the moment, into the now where your empowerment lies. And that opens up your feelings, your sacral, your creative spark. Feel it. Know that that's your guide. That beautiful positive energy stream to keep you safe, to keep you protected, to keep you in touch with your spiritual guides, your higher self and source. It's by opening up the intuition, letting the divine feminine light fill you up, knowing that it never went anywhere. For those of you who say, I've lost it, know that you did not lose it. It did not go anywhere. Feel it. Feel it awakening by just remembering it has always been there. Remembering it has always been there for you to embrace, to accept. Male nor female, it does not matter. This is where the light feeds in and gets through. Feel it. Breathe in and breathe out, and open up that glorious solar plex like a glorious sunflower. And when you follow that feminine divine energy of spirit, of intuition, of creative spark, there's so many ways you can follow it. By doing that which puts the fire underneath your feet, that, dear ones, really empowers you. Your empowerment comes from knowing thyself. And as you know yourself and you sit in that heart space, I am love. Breathe it in. Tell yourself, I am love. So many of you want a job, a spiritual job. What do you do? What can you say? What do I do next? We say, stop and be you. Breathe in, breathe out, filling you up with the joy and the compassion and the gratitude. The gratitude which is going to get you from here to kingdom come. It's going to get you into that nirvana here on this planet with the feeling of gratitude, connecting you once again to that divine feminine and that sacral. Feel it. Feel into it. And with that, open up that heart chakra. Glorious, glorious rose green. And as that rose opens and you feel up more and more love and compassion and joy for yourself. For yourself. We cannot say this loud enough. For yourself, dear ones. Feel the love and the joy and the compassion. Because when your cup overflows, it never runs empty. When you know I am love. It's the cup that just fills up and fills up and fills up, and you can give it away all day long. And you will feel energized and love. Feel into it the truth of what there is. Let that glorious throat chakra third eye and crown open. Let the angels surround you, cutting off any discarnate energy, any imprints, implants, foreign energies that don't belong to you. Let your angels cut away any cords, negative cords that you might have picked up. In this now and all nows and all realities, dusting off each and every part and particle of you, from the smallest particle of you, smaller than the atom, filling you up with the love and the light of all that there is, from each part and particle, and your atoms, your cells, your organs, your glands, your ligaments, your skeletal, your skin, your pores, your hair, filling you up with the light and the love of all that there is in this now and all nows through all reality. So it is, so it is, so it is. Woo! Okay, I'll take it. That was beautiful, Xand. You are amazing. You are amazing. You're amazing. I love you. I love you. I love you. Okay, what card do they have for us today? It is birth and expansion. Woo! Birth and expansion from our beautiful Lyra cousins. So, birth and expansion. What would you like to say about card number 13 today? Birth and expansion. When you, we are going to hit this on two different levels. One, birth and expansion, is when you rebirth back to home. You do expand into your true self, into your true soul that's eternal. And so that is one, birth and expansion. But know that as you go throughout your lives, you all have these births and expansions. And there can be no greater birth than the birth of your awakening to your eternal soul and the love that you are. And that will expand you far beyond your physicality, because you are a electromagnetic field. You put out a vibration, and this vibration can even be seen in colors. It's called the aura. And your aura is forever expansion, forever expanding. And so, as you birth and you rebirth into knowing thyself more and more, and remember the ceiling is endless, you become more and more. I am love. Woo! Silicon done. Yeah, it doesn't get any better, right? Oh my gosh. I am so thrilled with today. So, whoa, miracle a day. They told you about my little visit with my father, and that truly did happen. But you have to understand, when I saw my father, I want to make it clear, I saw him in my, what I call my third eye. And at first I really felt like, oh, my chest hurts. Oh, I'm having a heart attack. And then I'm like, oh, Dad, is that you? And he's like, yeah, of course it's me. Because that's how he comes in. When my chest hurts, it's my dad, So, yeah. And there he is in my third eye on this glorious Clydesdale. And I'm just thinking, he's just kind of like showing off that he's got this horse in heaven and he's having a great time. And I'm just like over the moon that he's just having a great time in heaven. But also the fact that I felt he was with me. And we go around the corner and we start heading down that hill that Xand was talking about. And all of a sudden things changed. It was like I had entered a different dimension, a different portal. Everything was quiet. And I know my forest. And I know that in the morning I hear frogs or crickets. And not just one bird, but there's always a symphony of birds, and there wasn't a sound. I'm like, oh, and I kind of felt like I had eyes on me, but I didn't really pay any attention because my dad's here and I got my two great big dogs. Yeah. So I kept on going down the hill, and I asked Archangel Michael to come in and give me further protection. And I still felt my dad, and he was going really slow on this Clydesdale, almost painfully slow. And I thought it was because the Clydesdale, he was so big in comparison to me walking with my dogs. And I started doing some light language just so I was singing. And I hit a pause, and I listened, and there was still nothing. So I sang some more light language, and hit another pause, and the air felt so thick, palatable, and I tell you, my instincts felt like I hit a wall, like there was a wall there. And not knowing anything, I turned around and I started back up the hill. And within a few feet, that thickness, that sense of danger was gone. It was just gone. My dad was still with me. I still felt well protected. We kind of meandered around, and I started going up this after probably about 10 minutes up this little hill, and there was a baby buck, one of those. He had what I call these just little teeny horns sticking out, and by that point I could hear a bird or two, and I knew all was well. And he goes, "You're safe now." I said, "Wow," and he was gone. He was gone just like that. He stayed with me a while. That's how spirit guides work. You're going to walk through the fire, they're going to walk through the fire with you. They'll send you angels of mercy. They will give you your beautiful intuition to protect you, your higher self, to instinctively tell you, don't go this way. I really feel like it was Archangel Michael who put up that wall when I was walking, and all of a sudden I just felt like there was a wall I couldn't go through. I had asked for protection and I received it. Yes, I still had free will. I still could have went around that corner, and I don't know what would have happened. I don't. I will never know, and that's not important. What's important was I listened to my higher self, and I'm here to tell you the story. So without any further ado, top of the now to you. Top of the now to you.